This here is a Porsche 911 997 Generation 1 Carrera S. This 911 has been so well maintained and cherished by the owner that's had it since October 2018. The things he's done is you've got these LED lights at the front. It's got switchable exhaust. So basically, you know, you've got a button with on and off and give the car the sound that the Porsche should really have. And I think this is what Porsche is really about. Things he's also done is having these Porsche grey alloys. I mean, they've been professionally powder coated. I mean, some people call it gunmetal grey or some people call it Orient grey, but this is actually Porsche grey. The spec it's got PASM, extended leather on the inside. It's a Cabriolet. That is the perfect car, you know, to drive around, you know, on a nice day. Not on a day like this, it's raining a little bit, but you know, it's still a good car. It's still a daily user-friendly car. Above all, something very interesting that Paul has done is he's installed the steel fittings that should you want, you can actually have a hardtop on that car. And Paul for a long time did have a hardtop on the car. But he wasn't a big fan of the hardtop because, you know, it does, you know, squeak a bit and make a little bit of noise, you know, having a hardtop on a beautiful convertible. So I wouldn't recommend it, but should you want to, it has got the fittings for you to put your hardtop. I mean, the list of works is just beyond my comprehension in terms of the money and the time Paul has spent on it. So watch that little clip and he will tell you more.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I love my cars. And this has been a complete joy. So the first thing I do is always get a service on a car. All the core packs are replaced, heat shields are replaced. We've changed the rear Bilsteins and we've probably bushed the rear end as well. The new exhaust on this, the exhaust, I've got a bellows on them, and it's notorious for failing. And it did fail, and instead of just getting them welded up, I decided that we'd fit a new exhaust on it. So there's a stainless steel exhaust system on it, which is a sports system. The air valve that's on it isn't one of the cheap and nasty ones. It's one of those that's got the proper rose jointed elements on it, and it sounds lovely.
911 is all about the heritage. I mean, they've been producing these cars since 1963, and it's a shape that's evolved. It's not a shape that is revolutionary. So, you know, you can trace the roots of this car back to the roots of a 1963 Porsche 911. And I think this is why so many of us aspire to own actually a 911. Now, you know, talking about a couple of specs this car has, obviously it's a Carrera S, it's a manual. You know, you get the nice little touch of the red calipers. These comes with the 19-inch lobster claw alloys that are in Porsche grey. The color is a basalt black metallic color. It's got your xenon headlights at the front to allow you to be able to see really well. Ownership is all about you enjoying your car, the car putting a smile on your face. But it's still very important to buy a car that's been well maintained. This, in that case, has 12 services in total. The first being at main dealer and the remaining 11 all done at a Porsche specialist. Furthermore, with us, it will come with a 111-point pre-purchase inspection, otherwise known as a pre-delivery inspection. That is with AMS Porsche, which is on my sleeve right here. And AMS Porsche, they know what the crack is when it comes to 911s because they bore scope it, they do an over-rev report on it, and their 111-point PDI is basically the same PDI that Porsche Central Hatfield does on a brand new car. So their level of standards is right up here for their PDIs. But we're going to talk about a couple of other things that a lot of people ask me about: the Gen 1 997s, the Gen 2 996 or the Gen 1 996, and that is common issues. What are the common issues with these cars? And everybody asking about bore scope and over rev and worrying that these things are going to start to go wrong. Let me put something to bed here. These cars, are we talking about Gen 1 997, when they go through an MOT, the statistics from DVLA is that 70% of these Gen 1 997s will pass its MOT first time around. Now, you tell me if there's a more reliable car than a Porsche 911 997 Gen 1. No, there isn't, because that stat only applies to a Gen 1 997. But yes, there are some common issues. This being a manual, some common issues would be, you know, your the gear linkage cables that might need replacing, but you don't need to replace them unless they fail, because when they do fail, all you might get is an issue that your car is not going in third or fourth or second and third. It doesn't mean that all your gear linkage cables have failed. Furthermore, it's important to inspect that the brake lines are good, the coolant crossover pipes at the front are good, the front condensers are good, making sure that all your suspension is in good health and in good order. The coolant pipes at the back, the one especially running on top of the engine, are good. Yes, the IMS is another thing, which is called the intermediate shaft bearing. Yes, inspect to make sure that the IMS is good. And how you do that is, when you are doing a service on one of these, it is important to make sure that you open up the filter and check the filter to make sure that there's no metal bits. Yes, these are some of the common issues. Yes, you could have other issues with the vehicle, but that it's part and parcel of any car ownership. But that's why it's very, very important to buy from a company with a good reputation, to buy from a company that, should anything go wrong with your Porsche, you can actually ring them up or call the specialist up and say, could I please book this in and could you check it out for me? And that's where we come in. On top of that, if you want a bit more peace of mind, get a 12 months warranty or a 3 months warranty, whatever it may be. We provide a bumper to bumper gold warranty with a very well-known warranty provider. Those warranties are custom written to us. Those warranties will not come from any other dealership. It only comes from us. They're custom written to us because of the 111-point PDI, the bore scope inspection we do, the over rev report we do. So you can buy from us with absolute peace of mind. And right now we're going to jump in and drive this car. Wow, about the interior now. Oh, that noise. Who cares about the interior when the car sounds that good? But you know what, to some of us it is important. Alcantara steering wheel. It's got an upgraded Pioneer, you know, I think it's 7-inch screen here, which has got your DAB radio and navigation system and AirPlay and Bluetooth and connectivity. You know, everything you need to be up to date with the modern technology. These buttons here, which controls the temperature and the fan speed, have also been upgraded. Nice little touch because they wear off over time. PASM, that stands for Porsche Active Suspension Management System. It's a nice little tool to have, because what that does is, you know, stiffens your dampers and gives you a more precise and more accurate drive. And you know, traditionally PSM means your car comes in 10mm lower. Now, about the interior, it's got this beautiful extended leather from the front to the back. I'm going to take a little bit of a moment here to really appreciate and enjoy the inside. You know, the roof is not making any noises. There's, you know, nothing squeaking or, you know, leaking anywhere. It's a manual gearbox, as you know from the beginning of the video. It's got your cruise control here. It's on very good low miles. It's on 56,890 miles right now as it stands. But, you know, what a joy, you know, to sit in one of these, to review it, to test drive it, to talk about the spec. What a joy, you know, for the people that will eventually own one of these. You know, I can carry on about the spec, but it's all there in the advert. Bose sound system, which is a bit of a nice touch because you get a better sound coming out of your system. But now we're going to do a couple of runs so you can see this car from the outside with some nice, beautiful drive-by shots. Doing these drive-by shots are just a pleasure. Capturing the beauty of Porsche a 911, that classic design, the heritage, you know, everything that it represents. Absolutely timeless. Puts a smile on my face every single time. Is about the possibilities it can offer you, because it's called a practical daily car. In this instance, it's a convertible, meaning if you're out on a dual carriageway or on a highway having a deflector, you can still drive the car up to 60-70 miles an hour without having to worry about a lot of wind or a tornado being formed here. But also, should you want, you can remove the deflector. You've got 2 additional seats at the back. In my opinion, I've always preferred a convertible for the simple reason that it gives you the possibilities of both. The possibilities of having a roof should you want to, and the possibilities on a good day, you can put the roof down and really enjoy your car. And it is for those specific good days, it is for those holidays that you want to have, is when you want the roof to go down and put your sunglasses on and have a big, massive smile on your face. And this is what that car is going to do for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the video and gives us a thumbs up. And if we don't have what you're looking for in stock, let us know and we'll get it in stock. Thank you.